We're back here at the ECW Arena, now christened the 2300 Arena, with former ECW World Tag Team Champion, the Angry Amish Warrior, Roadkill. Hey, Roadkill, how's it going?
Chickens. The last ECW World Tag Team Champions with Danny Doring.
That is true. That is true. Should have mentioned the last. What is your feelings back? Obviously, this was the ECW Arena, now the 2300 Arena, but in essence, it's still the ECW Arena. What's your feeling being back here?
It looks very different. Very different, but the feelings are the same, you know. You come in this building, and I was on Ring Crew, I was on Team Taz in this building. We would be here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and set up the ring and set up all the banners and whatnot in the entranceway. I spent a lot of time in this place, from 19 to 21, and my age, not the years, clearly. But it was a lot of fun, man. It's a great place, and there's still great wrestling going on here, because Tommy Dreamer is capturing what we had in ECW again with House of Hardcore.
Now, you were part of the original House of Hardcore, 20 years ago or so. What was that like? You were kind of touching on it a little bit.
It was really cool today, actually, because I saw one of my trainers, Perry Saturn. So it was the House of Hardcore in the House of Hardcore before the House of Hardcore.
Interesting. Nice little twist on it. Obviously, Saturn, ECW legend, great wrestler as well. But you mentioned Danny Doring before. I gotta ask you this: how did you guys become a tag team? Because it seems like an odd pairing, but maybe not. You tell me.
We were wrestling each other in the school. Paulie saw us wrestle each other. He was there to cut film promos for Taz, and that's on YouTube too, where Danny actually gets stretched by Taz. You hear, "Ugh!" But Paul was there that day, and he saw us wrestling each other. And for some reason, he stuck us together. And then it ended up being like Al Snow was around. So Danny was supposed to be like Ziggler.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be like the Boogie Nights guy. And I was supposed to be the Kingpin guy. So we were kind of like going on the Kingpin thing. And Danny was actually going to be a porno star. But then the idea was sold to somebody else.
Right. Now, with Doring, obviously you mentioned being the last ever ECW Tag Team Champions. Just talk about some great feuds you had, because I remember Nova and Chetty, great matches you guys had against them. Even Dreamer, you mentioned, and Raven when they were a team. FBI. Nova meeting. Just talk about some of your favorite tag matches.
My favorite opponents were the FBI, hands down. I mean, no offense to anybody else we worked with, but hands down the FBI was my favorite opponents to work with. Any combination. Whether it was Guido and Sal, whether it was Tony Mamaluke and Guido, all three of them. It was a lot of fun. We could do a lot of different things. I was able to show off that I could move for a big man with Tony Mamaluke, because he's this little guy. I just whip him around. We do kind of lucha spots. Yep. I couldn't do that with anybody else. I couldn't do that with like a Simon and Swinger. They were just different styles. Yep. But I got to I liked working with them, the FBI, more, because I got to do more different stuff.
Now, what made that chemistry so good with you and Danny Doring specifically? Because it was weird the way you guys kind of a different style but meshed together so well. What was the chemistry like between you guys?
It was kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like what they do with Enzo and Cass now. Enzo's the mouthpiece, Danny's the mouthpiece, and I'm the muscle behind it. I don't look anything like a 7-foot-tall giant, but yeah, that's pretty much the premise of it, I think.
Now, obviously, we're here at the ECW Arena. Legendary place. What is your favorite moment personally at the ECW Arena that you were a part of?
Wow, I was. There's a lot. Everything's coming back to my head, but what pops into my head first is that first meeting of Taz and Sabu in the middle of the ring where they were plugging Barely Legal. Lights went off. Noah's in the ring. Lights come on. There's Taz and Sabu. Lights go off again. I was in the middle. Man, this place was electric, because they hadn't touched or seen each other in the middle of the ring or on TV or anywhere in ECW, and that was the first time. The people just exploded. That was awesome. And Terry Funk and Barely Legal winning the heavyweight title. There's so much stuff in this arena. It's ridiculous. Actually, I debuted as the Angry Amish Warrior in this building. But before that, I think it was House Party. I wrestled Al Snow as Roadkill from Louisiana. And I was the first one pinned by the head in this building.
Now, let's just say, when it's all said and done, it's all wrapped, and that's obviously, you're retired now, but let's just say we're looking back at Roadkill. What is the Angry Amish Warrior? What is Roadkill's, basically, his legacy left? What is that legacy in ECW? Like, what is that mark that you left on the business?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what kind of mark I left on the business. You'll have to ask other people, because it's a matter of opinion. That's that. I had fun, man. I had no regrets. I pursued a dream that I had since I was a kid. I was able to wrestle in Madison Square Garden, and I just lost passion for it, so I don't do it anymore. It's like I said, it's a matter of opinion. You're going to have to ask fans or fans of mine what kind of mark I left, because they'll give you the best answer.
Now, we'll always see you at these shows and stuff like that. What are you doing now? Obviously, you're here kind of in a double capacity and double role here. So what are you doing now today?
Well, see, people don't recognize me, and I've seen it posted on Facebook. Like, people say, I had a whole conversation with him. Then I realized it was him. I sit in front of my pictures, and I don't get recognized because I don't have the beard, I don't dress in the Amish attire anymore. So I make my money selling collectibles. I do better off with that stuff than I do if I just sat here with roadkill pictures. It would be a waste of a day for me.
Now, where can the fine folks find Roadkill if they want to find some collectibles, or maybe they want to reach out and touch you, get an autograph, get your feelings on your old great tag team that you had? Where can they find you?
I'm on Facebook. I'm the ECW original Angry Amish Warrior Roadkill. Whatever. Facebook is pretty much the only way right now.
And how about collectibles? If they want to buy some Bret Harts, or if they want to buy some Tommy Dreamers?
I don't put that on. I put that on eBay sometimes, and that name is Dark Giant. I use Andre's face from The Princess Bride.
Yep.
So I kind of mix Star Wars and wrestling. So he's the Dark Giant. That's the picture I've got up there. So you can find me on eBay there and support me there. Yeah, that's it. That's where you can find me.
Thank you very much, the former ECW World Tag Team Champion. Like he said,
current
and last. Yes. Thank you very much, Roadkill.
Thank you.